Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war, kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must read carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.
Nothing matters but my family and my God. Ensuring my sons are set up to rule their own small realms, to feed the family's prosperity is top priority. And I will do whatever it is within my power to give them as much as I can before I die. Yet, it seems that I am also called to serve in the Crusades. And while I am indeed a man of God, I have also read the Proverbs, and know that it is folly to simply throw all of my men into a war in which we Christians are heavily outnumbered. Perhaps there's a smarter avenue towards winning the war that doesn't sacrifice my men unnecessarily. How much longer I have to live, that I cannot say. This very well could be my final entry. But I know that I have lived my life to its fullest. I am pleased with what I have accomplished. And I am excited for family Barcelona's future. Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 role-playing series. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this today. I do greatly appreciate it, and if you enjoy any part of it, you can very much show your support by giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, turning on bell notifications, and as always, leaving a comment in the comment section. This is a tumultuous time for the realm of Barcelona. It'll be very exciting and potentially packed well. Or at least I hope it is. So guys, sit back, relax. Thank you for your support. And as always, time to get the game face on. The role-playing face as a very old DUKE Guifré II. With the war against Saracusta now finally over, it's time to turn my eyes towards the Crusades. The latest reports don't look favorable on us. Relatively, from a military strength perspective, we are decently outnumbered. And undoubtedly, in that region, there will be more support coming as well. The goal is crusade for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I don't believe that we can attain it. The war chest is mightily full. 3,700 piety. Almost 15,000 prestige, and 2,200 gold. I've contributed nothing yet, and in fact, I haven't even appointed a beneficiary, which is something that we could do if we contribute the most. And I think I've got my beneficiary, Borrell de Barcelona. He is my nephew. We've raised him for forever. He would make an excellent candidate. Everything about him, well, aside from his drunkenness and his irritableness, as a skilled tactician, an aspiring blade master, reaver, logistician, a holy warrior, he is certainly absolutely the best man for the job, and he has a decent lineage among himself as well, something that could go on. We will definitely select him should we win. Again, I think it'd be slightly not possible. There are a couple of things that we need to do before we eventually engage. As much as it pains me, it is part of my duty as a duke to further the realm. Now, we could certainly modify her vassal contribution. I don't have a hook on her. I tried. I attempted many times. But because she is exempt from feudal taxes, I would almost be willing to split what she's doing in exchange for no feudal levy. She's not contributing hardly anything at all. So rather than be exempt, we would get 2.5% of 1.4. Now that isn't a lot, but we are going to do it. So that way I can construct the Argentiera mine. 360 gold. It would take 4 years to construct. It would give her a huge boost to her tax income, which would eventually benefit me. I'm tempted to revoke it from her. Unfortunately, I cannot do that because I do not have a hook. My goal was to potentially give it to someone of a much worthier cause. One of my own family members. But it just goes against everything, and I would hate for my son to inherit what could be a relatively dirty and scary realm right off the bat. So we're not going to do that. And instead, we are actually going... Will mercenaries be useful? I can't say for sure. It is a very, very heavy investment. We're going to disband our light footmen. And the reason for that, I want to build onagers. It will take a little while, but having 30 onagers will increase our siege progress and make things sieging significantly faster. And if we do that, then perhaps we stand a chance of quickly sieging down some of the more important areas outside of directly Jerusalem. And maybe that will lend us a hand that we really need to win this war. The situation is actually looking relatively good for us. It still has stayed relatively the same, but we have taken several key holdings, including Karak, Jerusalem, and Negev. Unfortunately, we have lost every single battle. With my armies now full, and 30 onagers amongst them, let's raise the levies, perhaps head to Egypt instead, see what damage we can't do there. No sooner have we landed on the shores of Alexandria than we get an update. It's been several months on the trip over here. Not only have the Christians lost all of their holdings, they have consistently and repeatedly lost battle after battle after battle. And in the wake, it appears that my troops themselves represent just under a fourth of the entire Christian army left here. We're outnumbered. Desperately outnumbered. It honestly may be more beneficial to simply turn away and go home right now. And indeed, right as we arrive at the doorstep of Alexandria, we lost the war. The First Crusade has been for nothing. No titles have changed hands. The defenders divide piety among them. I gain nothing. So be it. The warriors of St. George found only death and humiliation at the gates of Jerusalem. The crusade, so eagerly called and supported by Pope Sergius, ended in disastrous defeat. It only hurt the cause of the faithful. Told you it was a bad idea. Shouldn't have even gone. We are going to head home, head back to our shores as quickly as possible, see what else lies in store for us in the wake of our first lost crusade. In the midst of the roundup of the crusades, I did honestly forget that I am in another war. The Isabiya claim on the Sheikhdom of Al-Garzira al-Hadra is not going terribly well, although it is relatively young in the war. Our soldiers have more than the entire enemy defenders, which means we shouldn't have a terribly hard time sieging down this castle at Malaga, but also we should be able to take on any forces we go up against. With our superior military commander at the helm, Count Fernando of Alto Aragon. Man, I'm glad we hooked him early. We should be able to push this war in the right direction very, very quickly. The Sheikhdom of Malacca is ours. It's now time to go after the only troops and see what it lies in store for here. It should be a quick and simple battle, one that I'm very, very thankful to have. Let's get this war finished. That was a bit frightening at first. We almost lost control. Christopher, my son, has wounded an enemy soldier. That gives us the lead that we need. Now we've also discovered that my son Contract oblige on more than we have collected. We will let it slide. Absolutely. I've experienced too much death. While some of it can be rejoiced, as in Emir Aziz's passing and even his wife, losing Saladin not terribly long ago was hard enough, but now my soulmate. How can the heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? I don't think it's possible. Yet here I am, my heart beating on whilst yours has gone quiet. Anyway, my morsel, life certainly will not be the same without you. At this point, I don't know what to think. At 60 years old, I'm just a haggard old man. At this point, my goals should simply be what works for the realm. It's what I have to think about. And I don't think a spouse would serve me any good. I think it is finally time that I part with Cardona. I don't know why I honestly have had it. It's not something that I'm supposed to have. And I would like to give it to someone who could certainly do well with it. Verdict to Barcelona. Would you like the barony of Cardona? Sure you would. Use it well, my grandson. Use it well. I am not married. I have no intentions of marrying either. We're going to ride this out as a lonely, sad old man, and I am honestly okay with that. Another frivolous attempt to try and relieve the Battle of Algericus in the castle. Our knight has maimed another one, and even with reinforcements coming in, nothing can beat my commander. Absolutely nothing. This is a glorious victory. Nothing's going to stop us. Valuable hostages have been killed, and I just found out that my sister Maria has died as well. Everyone is falling around me. Fortunately, the war score is enough, and perhaps I can finally go home after almost 2 years. Push it, my friends, push it. I can finally disband, recoup from the Crusades, and see what I have left to do, and what I feel like is death's doorstep. We can only hope for the best. Even in my old age, I'll always find it interesting how empires can rise and fall, and I know that my family's not exempt from that either. King Thibault of Italy. He once had a sprawling empire which did marvelous things. He is currently engaged in 7 different wars. He has almost no one and nothing. And I have the opportunity to push one of my count's claims on the last smidgen of Sardinia, County of Loidoro. Considering he is currently the most discontent with me, I think this would actually benefit my realm, having a united Sardinia and perhaps even a united Corsica. I believe it's Corsica. Would be beneficial. Let's get to it. The County of Loidoro is now ours. Our war score has increased, and I have sent word to my commander to strike at the capital of the Kingdom of Italy. They are severely weakened. They're still losing several wars, winning a couple of them somehow, but perhaps striking at the heart and taking everything therein will give us enough war score to end this quite quickly. It's already gone on longer than I had anticipated. I just want my Sardinia whole. We've gained valuable hostages and have finally taken the county of Polesine. The war score has increased. We just need to take another castle, and I believe this should wrap things up quite nicely. As I stare at the man lying still in the bed, surrounded by council members, by courtiers, by family, It's weird to take a look at my father and see him for what he ended up as. While his life was indeed fantastic, everything was magnificent with him. The man that I am seeing lying in this bed is old, is at peace, but looked to be in pain, undoubtedly heartbroken, having lost his best friend and his wife, my mother, so close together. DUKE Guifré II, you're resting your arms in the Lord. At 63 years of age and 46 years of rule, you died of old age, of course. Certainly there were things that he resolved peacefully, but war was not outside, as we are seeing now. I'll miss you, Father. Certainly will. And as I turn and look around on the deathbed of my father, I see my vassals. My vassals. I see my courtiers. I see my council. I've ascended the throne. I hope to be admired by my subjects. But I have big shoes to fill. My father did so much for our family, so much for our house, so much for our realm, and now I have to take those reins and I have to lead further and harder than I ever have done anything else in my life. I'll wrap up this war with Italy, settle things at home. Hopefully I can make my father proud. I'm looking forward to reading the chronicles of my father and my grandfather. This book seems never-ending, and for that I'm thankful, and as always there are several pages, multitudes of pages, for me to write my own journey in. I am DUKE Guifré III, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am an honest, brave, and calm being. Being honest, I resonate very well with Catholics. It's one of our tenets. Gives me diplomacy, but unfortunately it means that I fail a little bit in intrigue because I have a hard time lying. As a brave man, I will not be leading armies. It is not my job, it is not my goal, because of course, if I get the bloodlust, if I see someone in danger, I have to go after them. It increases my chance of dying, and I'm not ready to give up just yet. I've just begun. However, it does increase my martial and my prowess. Makes me a very attractive person and gives vassals' opinion of me a bit of a boost, which is very helpful. As a calm man, I lose stress a little bit more efficiently. There is an increased scheme discovery chance. And other calm characters think well of me. I take things in stride, leading a slow-paced life. That being said, martial is 100% my main focus. It will allow me to have a large standing army. And my prowess ain't too bad either. That is in large part due to my skilled tactician, which my father encouraged me to do as I grew up. And of course, I'm a genius. Something I hope to be able to pass on to my children. Margarita, right now she's bossy. But she is intelligent, and we are working on stewardship for her. My wife, Duchess Arengarda de Barcelona. She's a fantastic woman. Generous, brave, and gregarious. She's an insightful thinker and a robust woman and a diplomatic courtier as well. Now, we only have one child, and we have been married for quite a long time. I'll follow in my father's footsteps. We're going to become soulmates. Yes, this is the most important thing to me right now. I'm going to go with my gut. In the moment, I recruit one of my most senior soldiers. Once he deemed me ready, we head together to the main courtyard. I dedicate this victory to you, Duchess Arengarda, bringing you honors my only desire. She is speechless, but clearly flattered. Why else would she be smiling? Brilliant. That is important because I need an heir. And if this is one small way that I can do so, then I will accomplish it. Naturally, the martial lifestyle is for me, but where I go with it is a different question. I think I'm going to rally the authority focus. Being able to gain some dread is still befitting of me, I believe. There's certainly better ways to go about it. Never mind. We will do chivalry. Increases my prowess should anyone desire to do some hand-to-hand combat for me, and also gives an advantage to our armies. I am focusing on the gallantry, which increases my prowess, my knight effectiveness, my number of knights. But marriage acceptance also increases, and my chances of romancing people also sways very heavily under chivalry. Luckily, most of the council has stayed with me, and it's not something I have to worry about. But I do need a marshal. I don't know why Count Fernando didn't stay here, but I will totally and wholeheartedly assign him. He's been crucial to our successes, and I want to honor that. My nephew Guifré de Barcelona will of course stay within his chancellorship. Hildebert de Château-Thierry is still our best man for the job as a steward. And Fruela Walidid is indeed our best spy master that we can accomplish. The Duchess will manage my domain, allowing me to have a higher holdings limit. And I am still liked by Gombo. The real question is, what do my vassals think of me? Lord Mayor Mitzlav of Zaragoza very much does not like me. Count Radufratus, who is my cousin, he is not a fan. Count Guaramir isn't either. Fair to say it is fairly split, but I think we can really focus. If I send Guifré de Barcelona to work on domestic affairs, it will increase my direct vassal's opinion by up to 8, which doesn't seem to be a lot. We will definitely have to work with the courtiers that we have been given to us. But I think overall my realm will only increase. We have no allies. That's priority number 1. But it does mean that I can directly follow my father's footsteps. Declare war on Emir Jamil ibn Aziz of Siracusta. Although I do sincerely hope that a rivalry to the degree that happened with my father is not something instant. And indeed, my father left me at the tail end of the war against the Kingdom of Italy. The Barcelonian War for Count Matu's claim of the county of Logodoro is here. I greatly appreciate it. Apologies for having to wreck your world. And I've gained a favor hook. I can demand conversion. Orthodox is the reason why we are able to claim the entirety of Sardinia. So I will demand that conversion and make things work that way. Disbanding my troops, sending them home, will increase my revenue as well. I wonder. Let's see if she will convert as well, and perhaps we can get everyone on this island convert to the true faith, Catholicism. I will not bargain for your soul. Very nice. Count Mato of Galura has converted to Catholicism. I will not bargain for your soul either. And his faith is too strong. So be it. One of the biggest dangers that I immediately face are a couple of dangerous factions. I have an independence faction, which unfortunately includes Count Fernando of Alto Aragon. But of course, all 3 of my vassals on the island of Sardinia. On top of that, we have a Liberty faction from Lord Mayor Miroslav of Zaragoza, which is something we honestly expected. But also Count Guiamerio of Ibiza and Count Ile of Palas. While on their own, they certainly aren't all of that impressive. If they were to strike at once, it would cause some issues. And I believe I have a solution. Emir Salah ibn Bakr Abaya. Salah ibn Salah Danu Danis does not have anyone. And these 2 are similar in age. She is my player heir at the moment. And oh, nice. He will accept the matrilineal marriage. That would give me 2,400 soldiers, which is something that I could desperately use. And he gladly accepts. Fantastic. And on top of that, unpleasant pleasantries. Mere thought of touching hands make my heart jump, but when I arrive, I find her stuck. Conversation with my cousin, Radus. My charms will improve any conversation. A rare flower. A rare flower. As my sunshine and I walked through a Barcelona gardens, I gestured the greenery. For all their beauty, there isn't a single flower which rivals your own. There is one. A rare orchid from Birkenpurid, which is nearly impossible to cultivate. The monastery ruin in Ultrastret, the only place. Count Christoph might be able to help me. Oh, brother. Would you like to help me? He finds the orchids in the ruins. Nice. Gains special gift. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate it. Very, very much appreciated. My courtier. Eudokia has given birth to a daughter to my nephew, Alfredo. Ermengarda is a very strong name. I appreciate it. Let's get to it. As of late, all my visits to Arangarda have been ruined by my knight Luis. He follows her everywhere. In this case, I think some food poisoning is in order. In this case, I think his love isn't true, and perhaps some coin would persuade him to stop. He accepts it. Well done. And this is some of the most disheartening news we can ever see ourselves in. Time for you to recognize the full independence of Alto Aragon. No, we can't lose all of that. I will not be threatened. Vastly inferior. Let us hope that no one else joins. Let's rally the troops. This is my first war, true war, that I have started. I pray that I can do something, and I will use Count Christopher. My brother and vassal, you have done me well so far. I pray that you will do me well again. We shouldn't see any... Ooh, allies have joined. We certainly need some troops. Loads and loads of pikemen. What counters pikemen? I think we found our potential troop. The Andalusian band of Albania Razin has bowmen, which will counter any skirmishers, armored footmen, which will help counter any sort of pikes. It is quite the price for a full stack army, but very well worth it. And of course, we need a new marshal. You know what, Christopher? Absolutely. There you go. Prove yourself to me once again, brother. Let's get this war on the roll. Every time I close my eyes, I see her face. Sleep will not come. Cannot wait another moment. Make my way to the garden outside of her living quarters. Someone climbing up the tower? My sweetness is in danger. I must save her. There's a trend in the House Barcelona, and apparently it is that intruders are the true way to secure love. And indeed, it seems that's what has happened. She becomes my soulmate. I lay with her. She gets an increased opinion of me, and I gain prestige for my heroic acts. But now it's to war, brother. Lead our armies victoriously. It will be greatly appreciated. He has already moved away. We will catch him in the foothills. The Duchess is pregnant. Very nice. A victory has been secured. Unfortunately, I may have to go across the pond. We will take the barony of Jaca quickly. Oh, my Duchess Ermengarda. You've been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love. Caesarea. Oddly Italian in nature, but one I could see my daughter having. May you grow to be strong and wise, absolutely. The siege on our mainland has been complete. We need to hip hop and skip across the pond into Sardinia and pray that we can meet the foe in the field and wrestle back our territory. No sooner did I land than I saw the dastards. traveling the other direction, heading towards my mainland. This is more dire than recovering the barony of Sassari. Fortunately for me, I've gained yet another martial lifestyle. We will gain some natural dread, which is clearly what we need. We will head back to the mainland, landing in Girona, hopefully in time to counter the siege at my home in Barcelona. My army scared him off. He's running, the fool. Go after him as quickly as you can, please. We have to win this war. And as if this weren't enough, I knew this would happen. To my liege, may Allah destroy your house. We can no longer tolerate the harsh laws which violate our ancient rights. By the sword, these laws will be cut down. It's time to bring in the reinforcements. The Liberty War, he will accept. I need his help. I will ask my Pope Sergius for gold. He will give it to me. And it seems I am low on knights. That is rather unfortunate. We will have to deal with that once this war is over with. We have caught the troops in our first battle against them. Hopefully it will be enough. He will join me in the war. Fantastic. And now I'm fighting on multiple fronts. All I need is for my ally to come in to be able to secure what will happen next. But I'm still fighting a war on several fronts, and it is not pleasing. There's something terribly cowardly about these devilish tactics of trying to take the barony of Tarragona, trying to take Barcelona, and then scurrying away as soon as the superior army comes. But I will take First Army of Zaragoza, and I will crush it beneath my fist, hopefully gaining me everything that I need to succeed in both wars. The army stands no chance whatsoever. Count Ilia Palace, I've crushed you. Rather, my brother has crushed you. And I am actually on campaign with my brother because he is teaching me how to be a better person, a better knight. He's shown me the ins and outs of vicious charges and fierce attacks. My final test is a mock battle. Perhaps there are a few more things to learn. Show me again, absolutely. I will do what it takes. We've gained significant progress in that war. Let's go after the county of Palace. There's nothing that they can do on this front. Nothing they can do at all. We should be able to win this relatively quick. And indeed, the Independence War is over with. I gained 20 dread, loads of prestige. I am able to imprison everyone who was in this Independence War. Greetings, my sensible liege. Peace be with you. I know when I'm defeated. I gained title revocation reasons against each of them. It'll be disbanded and its members cannot join for 10 years. That's exactly what we needed to see. Sardinia has been cowed. I will give that off to my vassals who are more loyal to me here in just a moment. But for now, we have another war to fight. We prepare the ranks. No, we will show again. I am diligent. A demonstration of leadership. My brother and friend, Count Christopher, has been hovering around my council meetings lately. Knowing his interest in matters of leadership, I can't help but feel the man is waiting for me to impress him. Let's discuss methods of communication. It's all very little that I can do to help you out, my brother. I'll surely see many battlefields before I meet my maker. My library holds tales of wars of 100 lifetimes. Let's attempt to learn something. Even with the help of a dusty glossary, the scroll is reluctant to share its secrets. The most incredible story unfolds before me as night progresses, though. The Battle of Red Cliffs, the warlord Cao Cao chained his ships from stern to stern to combat seasickness. As the crewless ships approached the enemy fleet, they were set ablaze, resulting in the fiery deaths of countless men. We will certainly study the battle, which gives us martial and learning, maximum battle roll, and it means we have an advantage when crossing rivers and straits. Absolutely. Renofratus, please help me truly see the splendor of your realm. Fantastic. That's what we needed. Enduring hardships ensures that enemy occupation is not lower control. That's fantastic for our realm. And the Liberty faction is now done. I have cowed all of my vassals who sought to tear my realm apart. It's a hefty start. For the beginning of my rule, first 4 years have gone by in the blink of an eye. But I'm very thankful that they did so. It saves me a lot of trouble. And I'll have to let you know what this means for our realm in the next chapter that I write. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of a rather tumultuous episode. Guifré III has ascended to the throne and will expand the realm, as we clearly have seen, and has his foot deep in the backsides of those who have wronged him. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. The plan, ideally, if Guifré lives to fulfill it, will be that this will be the last generation of the Guifré story before we found the Kingdom of Aragon. Whether it happens or not, that's yet to be seen, but just keep an eye out, because once one story ends, another will begin relatively quick. Guys, your support has been awesome. I appreciate it. If you want to support this channel even further, you can give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications, leave your comments. That's one of the best ways to do it. But also, if you would like to financially support this channel through a YouTube membership or a Patreon subscription, you can do so, which will get your name in these series. Otherwise, you can check out my Nexus store, and in that Nexus store, you will find games of all sorts and sizes that you can play, and which I get a commission if you purchase from there. All of that is appreciated, but never ever expected nor demanded. I'm just glad that you're here. Be on the lookout for the next episode. This is Havoc, and I'll see you then.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of 4 kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must tread carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.